If you are a video creator, it is highly likely that you are using editing tools like CapCut to help you edit out any mistakes or filler words that you may be adding to your content. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you on the topic of how to stop using filler words when you go live. So if this sounds like a topic you are interested in, do consider sticking around. Now, if you are new to me, welcome. My name is Janine. I'm a live video strategist and coach, the founder of Boss It Live, and I help business owners create engaging, professional live stream content to build their brand visibility online to attract new leads and sales for their business. I haven't been live for a little while, so I'm really excited to be back and to be talking on this topic. Now, before I start chomping on selling myself on a dream, let me just make sure sound quality and everything is okay. I'm looking at myself, checking on the old. Yes, I've just checked the old sound quality. Can see that I look okay, sound okay. And I know this because I've got myself a second device. Anyway, how are you? I hope you're well. It's a celebration because I haven't been live. I'm streaming across platforms because I have not consistently been live in about 2 months. Some of you know I had an accident and dislocated my entire knee joint. Topic for another day. Check it out in the old stories. But it's meant that my consistency has been off-piste. But I'm back like a boomerang. I'm back to bring you your good live stream tea for life. So if you are watching me live or via the replay, I want to know if filler words are something that you have in the past maybe been challenged with, that they are something that you're still trying to navigate against, or are you saying, nah, Janine, don't worry about that because I am using CapCut or another AI feature to help me edit my videos so that I am coming across stunning and fabulous and flowing like milk and honey? Do let me know in the comments. But I want to talk about this topic. Now, just to clarify, this video today is not about the CapCut AI feature. This is about what it says on the tin, about mastering how to stop using filler words. But I wanted to speak about the CapCut feature because that inspired today's live stream. I was scrolling on TikTok and I've been seeing, I have been seeing a number of creators who are starting to use this CapCut AI feature, that when you put your video through CapCut, it will edit out, as long as you're selecting the feature, it will edit out all of the ums and ahs. Now, one thing I will say to you, my friends, is if you've got a free account on the old Cappity Cut, it's not included. It's on the pro account. So it's easy to access. If you want to access it and you want to upgrade it, you want to try it, by all means. But I want to come to you from another angle and viewpoint. Because one of the things I will say to you is this: if you start to become dependent on using these AI tools to remove ums and ahs out of your speech, whilst that's great and it might help with your productivity, but I want you to think about the long-term effect of being dependent. I mean, we could talk about this about any form of tool that we're using, but specifically anything that is going to take over your mastery of your speech and your language, so to speak, how you are communicating, it's going to become a problem in the long run. As business owners that are trying to build our brand authority, we want to have that authority in every single area of what we do. So when you're thinking about going live, you have to get to the point where you are in control of what you're saying so that you are removing the filler words. And this is not just for live stream. This is going to be for your videos. This is going to be for podcasts as well. I want you to think about what you will do if you don't get your confidence to start mastering how you're speaking and removing filler words when it comes to, number one, going live. Number two, if you are speaking at events, if you have to give presentations, if you have to lead in conversations, those issues around the filler words are not going to disappear by using these AI features and tools. So I want to encourage those of you who are video creators, but in particular, live stream creators, because that's our swim lane. I want to share with you some things that are going to help you, and it will be instrumental in you overcoming your fears of speaking on camera. You'll be more confident with speaking on camera, and you will know how to speak and have less filler words. In fact, you will remove your filler words. This is something that I myself worked on and perfected my craft over the years. Some of you will know I have been live streaming for a very long time, almost a decade's experience. When I first started live streaming, trust me, when I say I wasn't very good at controlling my ums and ahs and doing all the things to command the camera and command the attention of those who were listening to me at the time and who still are. If you watch a lot of my videos, in fact, I'm actually going to be uploading a video on this very topic, a reel or short form video, short form piece of content. My dentures back in, but I'm doing the video without any edits. So you'll be able to see how many ums and ahs I have, or how I've been able to control the length of video that I've created without umming and ahhing. And I'm going to share with you some of those things. So as you come into the live, do let me know where you are joining me from. And if you have any questions about today's topic, please do put them into the comments. No question is silly, whether you're watching this live or via the replay. And if, as you're going along, you say, cool, blimey, Janine, I'm enjoying this piece of content, please do share this. Whether you're watching on YouTube, LinkedIn, or Facebook, please do share. So what are we doing today? Well, today, you guys know I love to give you a visual. Remove filler words using CapCut AI feature. Well, we're not specifically focusing on CapCut, but we are focusing on how to master our voices so that we stop using filler words. So I'm going to get into the first point now and give context as to why I'm saying this to you. So let's get into point number one. The first thing is that I want you to pace yourself when you are speaking to your audience. So when you go live, this is what I teach my clients. Some of them are going through some practicals at the moment, my accelerators in my group coaching program, about pacing your voice. I teach a very specific way to master this. But for those of you that are watching this live, I want you to pace yourself when you are speaking to your audience. And I want to ask you, why do you think it's important to pace yourself? Well, the truth of the matter is that when we are nervous, we tend to speed up. We feel like, especially when it's live and there's not any responses in the early days of live streaming, we feel like we need to fill up the space and to keep speaking and to speed up. What happens with that is that as you speed up, you start to lose your breath, you start to lose your point, and the nerves will continue to come. You will also lose your breath, my friends, and then you'll start doing all that lip slapping. I know, I'm speaking from experience. That was me circa 2015, 16, shan't say how long for. But it wasn't until somebody said to me, an actual friend, a business friend, accountability buddy at the time, some years ago, she said to me, Janine, slow down when you're speaking. Because until that point, whenever somebody had said in my audience, oh, you're speaking too fast, or I can't understand you, I was initially offended. Because I thought, well, I'm British and I'm speaking English. How can you not understand me? But it wasn't until I actually took myself out of the situation and took time to act and listen from the perspective of the audience. And that's what I want to encourage every single one of you watching under the sound of my voice, regardless of the matter of fact, we're talking about filler words. I want you to think about this when you're creating content, even if you feel confident, even if you feel like I can speak on camera. I want you to always think about your content and how you come across, always from the viewpoint of the audience, because their opinion is the only one that counts. Of course, we are the experts. Of course, we know what we're talking about. But is that translating well? And are we creating the very best experience for our audience? So even for myself, as a live stream expert, when I teach on camera confidence, how to speak on camera, how to use your voice, I still had to teach myself the very same things I am talking to you about. And initially, it was very uncomfortable, even when I realized after getting feedback from a trusted friend, hello, welcome to those of you that are joining live. And I had to take the criticism, the constructive criticism. It was very difficult to listen to myself and then to implement the changes, because I had gone from speaking very quickly and lip slapping, filling up all the space and losing my breath and all of these things, to having to slow down, pace myself. It felt very alien to me, and it will feel very strange, especially if you feel like nobody is speaking back to me. Hello and welcome to those of you that are joining. Please do let me know where you are jumping in from today and what platform you are seeing me on. So that's point number one, my friends. I want you to think about pacing yourself. Pacing yourself, what you're saying will really help you to remove the filler words. And by the way, if anyone is watching, do let me know how many filler words you hear from me. Let's move on to point number two. I want you to pause between the points that you are making. So a clear distinction between pacing. You might be thinking, well, Janine, pacing and pausing, it's the same thing. No, when I'm talking about pacing, I'm talking about the speed and the flow at which you're speaking at to help remove the filler words. And now when I'm talking about pausing, I'm telling you that when you're speaking live, even with your video content, even if you're doing public speaking, take the time to pause between the points that you are making. Well, if we're thinking about repurposing of content, this is a little strategy and a little tip for you. Number one, if you are pausing between the points that you're making, when it comes to editing your videos without needing to use AI tools to remove filler words, you're going to be able to make clear and clean cuts between the points, so that when you've edited that video, it's going to be a clean piece of content when you're flowing all the way through. This is what I teach my clients, okay? So take those pauses for editing purposes, whether you're creating live stream content or pre-recorded, pause. But I also want you to pause because it's going to do a number of things. Number one, it's going to give you the space to think about what you're going to say next without the adding that in or naturally drawing for it. Because as you take those pauses, you're taking command of what it is that you're doing on screen, on camera, on that live stream, and what it is that you're saying. You're giving yourself that space, that breathing space, to think about what it is that you want to say next without reaching for the filler word. Also, you are giving your audience the time to process and think about what it is that you've just said. Let me know if this is making sense to you live or via the replay. So that's what I want you to do. Pause between the points that you're making. The third thing is, I want you to think about the pitch and the tone of your voice. I want you to learn how to use inflection when you're speaking. Again, this is something that I teach my clients. My accelerators are going through the practical tests with this right now. But think about using the tone of your voice, the inflection. Why is that important? Well, number one, if we're thinking about creating the right experience, the best experience, and also communicating well with our audience, we're going to have to speak in a way that is disrupting the pattern for them. We hear about this with editing, short form video content. You want to disrupt the pattern and your hooks and all this. But what about when you are speaking on your live stream? How will you disrupt the pattern for those who are watching you? Using rise and falls in your voice. Get really intentional with using character in your voice. Because when you are doing that, you are, as I said, your audience are hearing you in a different way. So you're constantly reconnecting with them. Also, when it comes to you and yourself and your confidence to deliver without adding filler words, when you know how to control your voice, you will be able to master and remove filler words. Don't automatically reach for them just because it feels comfortable to do so. I want you to think about, let me not get to the next point, but I really want you to think about how you're going to use your voice, because your voice is the number one communicator. When you're going live, when you're talking, it's your voice that is connecting with the audience. It's all about being a dynamic speaker. Even if you're on the back behind a camera and you're on screen, we hear about this when we go to events, the difference between dynamic speakers and how they're able to command the room. You can do this on screen, going live on camera, but you've got to know how to use your voice. And I don't know, for those of you that are watching me, hello, I see you. For those of you that are watching me, I don't know if you are noticing in this live stream that I am using inflection in my voice. I'm using my voice in a different way. So I want you to do the same. Make sure my hair ain't rubbing on the microphone. I hope this is making sense, guys. Do let me know if this is making sense. And a reminder that if you have any questions about anything that I'm saying today, please feel free to ask. No question is silly. Now, before we move on to the next point, I want you to think about the question of the day. So how do you prepare yourself for your live streams? How do you center yourself? How do you get ready to deliver confidence? Have a think about it and do share in the comments. The next point is, I want you to be prepared. Know the discussion points of your topic. What do I mean by knowing the discussion points? So, of course, you're going to know the 1 to 10 points, however many points that you want to make on your live stream or in your video content. But in order to help you remove the filler points, think about what you want to say based on the point you have made. So if, for example, I want to say that I'm talking about camera confidence tips, or how to create the best content, or tips for making sure that you are camera ready, I might say, tip number 1, make sure that you clean your camera lens. So that's the point. Why do you want to do this? Because you don't want to make the mistake of recording your video content and ending up with blurry video content. So essentially what I'm showing you there is that if you know the point and you've thought about the context that you want to give behind that point beforehand, you're going to be prepared and you're going to be limited on those ums and ahs, right? Does that make sense? So just be aware of some of the points you want to pull towards during that live stream. Don't wait to figure it out whilst you're live. And of course, when you are live, it is a real-time experience. So you're going to be flowing in your zone of genius. You're not going to be rigid in terms of what you're talking about. I go off piste all the time, trust me, but I'll bring it back. So essentially, that's what you want to do. You definitely want to be conversational with your live streams because people will come into the live, they'll ask you questions, etc. But at the same time, you don't want to be, what is it that I want to say? Because the ums and ahs will come out. The next point is be intentional with what you want to say. So know what you want to say, be intentional with what you want to say. And the more intentional you are with what it is that you want to say, the more you're going to be able to command the character of your speech. You're going to be able to get the attention of your audience and keep that flow and control going. So I really want you to think about intentionality, preparation, using your voice, having those pauses, those intentional pauses, as well as pacing yourself. These are all important elements for creating a live video cake to make sure that it's fully baked, all right? Essentially. So I want to ask you if you have any questions regarding today's session. And I want to ask, what has been your biggest takeaway so far? Now, I want to say to you, if this has been something that you yourself have been thinking about, now you want to go live a lot more, or you want to master commanding the camera, how you speak, you want to be confident with going live, you want to know how to navigate all the moving parts of lives, you want to get some feedback and be part of a live stream community, I want to invite you to the opportunity to sign up for the Boss It Live Academy 2.0 membership. The doors are opening for my live stream membership, and I'm really excited to bring collectively together business owners and content creators who want to become live stream creators of the future and to learn how to do live streams in an engaging, fun, impactful way that is going to build your visibility and your brand authority. So I have a group coaching program that's not open at the moment. That will be coming back, the next cohort, later on this year. But if you want to right now start to learn some of the effective tips, strategies so that you can really have the best chance at standing out with live video, the Boss It Live Academy membership is going to be for you. Like I said, it's going to teach you how to build a standout brand with video. And I'm very excited to bring this opportunity to each and every one of you. For those of you that sign up before the official launch date, which is the 1st of September, you will get an opening introductory founding member discounted rate for the membership, which is going to be practically 50% off. So you will be able to join the membership for just £27 a month. So you're going to have live trainings, getting audits, having the opportunity to go live with myself. You're going to have the opportunity to go live on the community channel and just learn all of the very best strategies. So don't miss out on the opportunity. Today, we have been talking about removing filler words. Now, we referenced the CapCut app. We did, didn't we? We mentioned the CapCut app, but the focus was not the CapCut app at all. I don't even know why I can't say CapCut for some unknown reason. But if you have found this useful in learning how to remove filler words, then 100% make sure that you do share this. Definitely drop your comments and your questions below. And if you want more live stream tips, you want to learn how to get really proficient and good and confident with live stream. For those of you that are on YouTube, you will see a video pop up, a card pop up right there. For those of you that are on LinkedIn and Facebook, you can't see it. But guys, this has been awesome. Thank you very much for joining, and I will see you again very soon. Take care. Bye.